Good morning, guys. Try to get into this thing here, but now we're in 1088. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, there we go. So I'm expecting this stock to go to 1137. Let me just put that in. I'm just looking at my 1137. Let's put it there. I'm expecting this stock to get up here. Let's put that in orange. Traded this earlier in my personal account, got out way too early. Let me just take away some of these lines that I'd used this morning. So now we're left with our fib lines and 1137, still waiting on that one. Let me just go ahead and sell. All right, come on, break that. We were close. Let's just adjust this to 1130. Okay, now we're dropping. Okay, all right, we got filled. All right, so traded this morning and I was doing something on here. What was I doing? I don't remember, but there was a $15 here, so minus $15 from that. All right, so I was looking at this. This is one of my favorite setup. That's why I got in here this morning. Let me just take away all these. Yeah, it's just been a crazy morning. Before I do that, let me just show you. I did this TUP. I got in on top at 260, which is right here, and I got out at 270. So that was a 10 cents, and then it just plummeted. I will explain why I got in here. Let me just get rid of all of this just for a lesson. Whenever I see patterns like this, just a flat bottom like here, when it's been at this bottom for a while, I love these patterns. So this was here from March 16th, and I've been watching it all this time until it finally made a move. Even up to the 9th, it was still there, and today it just bounced. I really expected it to go a little higher, but I just thought I'd get out. I had just a feeling that it was gonna drop. So I got out at 270, which was somewhere around here. So yeah, let me just draw back that line. And I'm watching more than one scanner, so what I see here is not necessarily, what I go off, because in what you just saw, 270. So 270, right about this support resistance line, was where I thought I would get out, and it did bounce on it and it's coming back down. So now back to what we were on, ICD. I'll show you again. There's that bottom, and it was there from March 13th all the way again to now. And let me just put in, so for you joining me just for the first time here, this is what I do. And for those of you who have been here, please, I'm not boring you with the same thing over and over. But yeah, I put in my daily fib, and this is my, like I said, my most favorite pattern. And then I go through and I put it in also on my minute, and when I'm using DAS, I put it on my 5 minutes. So daily on 5 minutes on DAS, and daily and 1 minute on here. So this thing is just going to keep just going and going and going. Let me just change that color. So we did get out of this stock. We're up $350 minus $15. Let's see where the next possible. So now it's hitting on the 50% fib line here, which is also basically a support resistance, if you want to call it that. This is the support right here, but here's the resistance. So it's kind of a broad line here. There's another support up here, and I'm thinking this thing is going to keep going. But yeah, so it broke through our 1137 where we had set it. Let me just put that line back in. Okay, right about there. That says, no, that says 1120. Let me just change that line, that color. But then let me see if I can get it a little closer. 1137. Close enough. All right, so we got out here and with a nice profit. Now, I know I said that I know this thing is going to go higher, but for beginner traders, risk, set your risk. Set a target also, because when you set a target, it's very good to, when you hit that target, to just go. You'll feel better about yourself instead of just sitting there and waiting and hoping that this stock goes higher, or getting worried that it may just drop and take away all your profits. So that's what we're going to start doing in here. We're going to set a profit or a target of $100 a day, and when we hit that, we're just going to take it. Now, if there are circumstances that come up where my 38.2% is within range and everything looks great, and all the technical analysis are in place and everything, then yes, we're going to just go ahead and hold until then. So this thing now, you can see the price points are changing. Market still paused, but there's still buying and selling going on in the background. If you have your time and sales, you'll be able to see that. Their market back open, and this thing just dropped because everybody just jumped out of it, and there it goes plummeting. And this is one of the reasons why I like to tell you guys, and see, it dropped right back there. It dropped right back to my 1137. See, because this was a major point I saw. And you can't be 100% confident about what the market is going to do, but I was very confident that it was gonna, this point was really critical. So we got out. Yes, it did pass, then market paused. You would have been caught in it, dropped back to, it fell down, came back up, and right back on the 1137, and then down again. So look, make sure you see your your target, your endpoint in sight before you enter any trade. Let me see if I can actually show you. So this is what I saw. Let me just go in, put in my fib lines, and I'm using FinViz, and I'm using the paid version, the elite version. You can use it without paying for it, but you get a little bit more. So 1137, I'm just trying to mimic what I have on my other screen. So that was where I thought we were going to get to, because it was breaking, and there we go. Anyway, so 1136 to 1137, but I put it at 1137. And it did break that. It went all the way up to here. Let's see, where did it go? It went all the way up to this one here, which is fairly good as well. But you can never know if you're going to get that much volume and that much push. So I usually like to get out on my first indicator, or where I feel more comfortable. Now this stock might even run all the way up to here, because there's a lot of consolidating going on right here. A lot of support, resistance, breakthrough, resistance right there, support, resistance. So who knows, this thing might just pop up in a few days all the way to $16. There it is, pouncing back up. We will not be getting back into this stock. We're not going to waste all our PDT on pattern day trading, meaning your 3 trades per 5 days on one stock. So just today is only Monday. right? We may have runners and other stuff going on in the rest of the week. So if you feel the need to trade and to practice, go into the paper trading. That's what Webull is really, really good for. We are in the paper trading, but I started this in November last year, only using $2,000. We've never gone up beyond $2,000, and I've traded within the PDT, or no, I've traded every day. So not really sticking to the PDT. We're still up $77,000, and it's just now April. So you can, make money with a small equity if you stick to your rules, trade only what you know, and, control your emotions. So one of the things I want to point out to you guys is always, and I've said this in my other videos, always record your trade. And I learned something on Saturday visiting, was it Trade for a Cause, held by, put on by Investors Underground. I follow them, and one of the things that they did point out, and I've never thought about it. I've recorded all my trades ever since I started trading. But another thing to do is when you record your trade, also record what your emotions was at the time of the trade, because I've always said that emotions are 90% of your trade. Someone's on that webinar said like 80%, but I'm thinking that, between 90 and 95% of your trade is emotions. You may know what you're doing, but then sometimes, something just happens. You're going through a difficult time in your life, or you're going through a very happy time in your life, and those emotions actually can affect your trade. So when you're recording your trade, also record your emotion at the time of the trade. Right now, I am emotional. I traded twice this morning, and I've come out positive on both trades. And I've also traded here on paper. So it is a little emotional, and you need to unwind sometimes. Find something to unwind with. Read a book, walk your dog. I have a greenhouse that I love to go in and just be around my plants, looking at the awesomeness of, new growth and new life, and sometimes death, and those things can give you inner peace. All right, so this was a quick one. I'm not going to be just chattering here. We were just watching this. So this thing did pop, one of my favorite patterns. Like I said, this thing jumped all the way, and this was April 9th at $5.81. And no, today, April 13th, it's at $12. So, like I said, one of my favorite patterns. I don't think I've ever shown that to you, but I love to see this. And you have to just be patient and wait until it finally, develop. All right, so I'm going to call this a day. We're now 17 and 18 minutes now into the trade. Well, we're done. We probably only did 5-minute trade here. Up $351. Actually, up $336 because we had a $15 there before. Did good Monday morning. Nice way to start off the week. All right, if you got something from this, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Ring that notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I upload a video. I try to come on here every day, even though that is going against BDT. Most of you with low equity would be under that, and you won't be able to trade every day. But at least I want to come on every day just to maybe show you a different pattern, a different style. I do have a lot of new things coming soon. We're just going to be exploring that. All right, so I will again call this a day, and I will catch you maybe tomorrow. Take care, guys. Goodbye.